Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum
Walaikum
My
salam.
name
salam.
is Omar and I'll be doing a presentation about marketing recycling using science. To content, if you would like to pause you can read those. First thing, what is marketing? Marketing means promoting something to get people to buy it or to get people or to get people interested. So it'll help you with what you're buying or selling. So in my case, I'm doing this so I can get people to be more focused on recycling and get people to understand why I'm doing this. The problem. There are multiple problems. There are multiple reasons why waste is one of the biggest problems, and it will exist for almost as long as humanity if we don't do something about it. But if we don't do anything about it now, people are going to continuously go with this loop, and won't stop doing this because they will never know what the actual problem and how big this is. Yes, you might have heard of like maybe the turtle and the microplastic situations. You probably heard of all that.
Many times.
Intelligent, but you haven't, but you don't. That's just one part of it. There's more parts of it, like how it'll damage ecosystems in general, and how it can damage us as well if we're not careful with it. The science behind the problem. The reason why plastic doesn't decompose as fast as it would normally be is thanks to the polymers and microfibers and polymers in the plastic that are used synthetic polymers, these polymers don't decompose easily due to the chains that they have and these chains won't break apart easily in normal circumstances in the environment or oceans or the landfills and all that. Why marketing is important. Marketing is very important in this situation because if we don't market, then people will never realize what the actual genuine problem is, and they'll stick with the total situation forever and won't stop doing this because this is they don't see why they should do this and why should they stop up at all, and they don't see any secondary option that they can use to plastic.
Continue. Secondary option, I like that.
Science on how people think, so psychology. To make people more interested in recycling, we can gamify it, make it sound more tempting and luring, and drag people into this. For example, we can use leaderboards, like global leaderboards, city leaderboards, hometown leaderboards to get people more interested. And if you're like top one in that week, month, or year, you would get specific prizes and rewards for doing that, which will lure people into this more often and make people more engaged into it. And we could also use like certain colors and stuff because people are advertising as well. Yes, there is a bit of advertising, but those types of advertisement are usually gone in a week because people ignore them and just constantly click the skip button every single time it appears, which stops them from understanding what the actual problem is. And those ads are usually very boring for the younger generation, and we have to focus on them more than the current adults because they're going to be the future of our society and so on. My target audience will most likely be children due to the fact that if we were to look at young children, then they won't understand, and if we were to look at teenagers, they'd be too much into what they're doing, and adults would be more difficult to manage because they're already here and they have their own mindset and way of understanding, so it'll be more difficult for us to target any other range other than the younger generation. And the older generations, I'm not sure how to exactly deal with them because they might not not want to do it, or they would want to do it, and wouldn't have much.
It's tough to change their ways. They've already gone. It's hard to change their ways.
Yes, it's hard to change their ways. My marketing strategy to ways to gain more attention for recycling. First step would be creating ads and about recycling and the environment in a more fun way to make it seem more childish and stuff, so that the children will slowly get involved into that. Second, use billboards about recycling, like the big gigantic billboards that we see on the highway whenever we're coming to school from to work and stuff like that. And then the third way, keep messages simple and make them easily understandable for children, adults, teenagers, for all of them, for all those classifications. And then use bright colors because people like seeing bright colors and understanding. So that'll just lure them in more because people like seeing bright colors like green, blue, red, yellow. Why this would work? I think my idea would work mainly because it involves multiple steps and procedures on doing it, and it targets a different audience normally because more people nowadays are a lot of the recycling industries. They target older generations because they think if they get them, they have the money right now, but they're not seeing the future investments of what we can do if we were to target children.
Potential somewhere else.
How this would help with the world. It will reduce the amount of waste that we have. It reduces the waste in the environment, which would help us protect the ecosystems and our future as a humanity and as beings or creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Conclusion. In the end, we learned that gamification is an easy method to win all. Well, if we were to implement it right, and that if we should see the actual proper target audience and see where we can put where it's best to put our methods into, rather than just focusing on the people who have money or power nowadays. We should focus on the future generations because they have the most potential and will learn from this experience for their future, so that they might be able to implement this into their own future. Jazakallahu khairan nasa.
Yeah, it's not over. Don't finish it. What is your motivation to do this, my friend?
My motivation to do this is so one time when I was like reading Quran, I have online Quran classes, and whenever I'm reading them, I get super bored. So I just so I have this on Quran.com, and when you hover up on top of the words, it shows you the meaning. So one time when I was reading, I read certain ayahs, and then though I don't remember the ayahs exactly, but they help me understand the situation is, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put us as Khalifatul Ard, so we have to protect our world. So that's my motivation.
Okay, Omar, so your product is right here in this school, ready to go. You can launch it tomorrow if you want to. The big screen, 75-inch there at the entrance. All you have to do is make the leaderboard, give it to Saad, start the campaign, and you can start putting results right away. You can launch the product tomorrow if you want to. All you need is to put the leaderboard together and how to update it, launch the campaign in I'd say assembly tomorrow if you want to, and you're ready to go. Wonderful, beautiful, love it, thank you.